just always was, like I said, a very nice guy. He never did bother no one, and, he was just my friend.
4 years to the day. That's how long it's been since Dominique Sheppard died after a shooting in Charleston. And today, our Charleston Clark spoke with Sheppard's friends who still want justice and learned why charges against a previous suspect have since been dropped.
He was a good father. He was a good friend. He was funny, very caring. Every quality you want in a friend.
48-year-old Dominique Sheppard was a barber at House Cuts in Charleston. Police say he was shot on the Meeting Street on-ramp of I-26 in 2018. Years later, friends are still mourning.
It's hard to express. I mean, we lost somebody. 4 years, we lost a good person. And I mean, hundreds of people know Dominic, and this affects the whole community.
Charleston police arrested Teddy Gadsden in 2018. Court documents show charges were dropped due to insufficient evidence. He was then released in February 2019. Charleston police say no other suspects have been identified.
I just hope, they bring this person to justice, because like you said, it was 4 years now, and, we haven't had no closure.
House Cuts shut down shortly after Sheppard's death. Jason Eisenberg now runs a tattoo parlor in the same building.
If there is anybody out there, leaving a tip is anonymous. You don't have to give your name. Nothing says that you even have to leave a phone number. If you know something, say something. This man left 2 children. This man left a wife, a long list of friends and family who miss him, and think about him every day. And you just be helping out a total stranger if you just made a phone call.
We checked with Charleston police, and they say detectives are available if additional leads come in.
We're dialing 988 instead of 1-800-788-5131. That's a lot of time in seconds, and sometimes you don't have that time.
Precious seconds, that could be the difference between saving or losing our most precious resource, a life.
I hate statistics because each one of those numbers is a person, and when you're working with a family, they don't want to hear statistics. They want to know that they can get help.
Those statistics, not good for the Lowcountry. Charleston experienced a 78% jump in suicides from 2020 to 2021. Kelly Troyer, though, is a big part of trying to fix that problem.
So my hope is that the 988 will be a hope line.
She's part of the commission that will roll out the 988 line in South Carolina. 988 is a national number mandated by Congress that would get people having mental health crises immediate help and make sure they get in contact with a professional. The problem right now in the state.
One moment.
That number is not connected. The state has until mid-July to get it up and running, but
I don't see how we can have that done by July without some miracle happening.
The Palmetto State currently only has one call center. Her commission is tasked with implementing a plan that costs $10 million with only a budget of around $3 million.
Will it be working? Yes. Are we going to have enough people to answer the phone? I'm not sure.
That extra $7 million would go towards a new call center that would help the current one in Greenville answer its around 2,000 calls a month and serve as a backup in case Greenville goes down. Because right now, if that center experiences a power outage, the state is left in the dark.
These are people's lives that we're talking about. And so South Carolina does need to step up to the plate. Our legislators need to step up to the plate. We need to provide the funding so people can access care.
Troyer said she has asked multiple legislators for help, and she says if she doesn't get it, results could be catastrophic.
Because it is hell when it happens. Nobody can prepare you. There's nobody that can prepare you for it. Period.
Tomorrow we'll work for you to ask state legislators why this commission doesn't have all of the funding they need and if they will commit to making that happen.
If you or a loved one are struggling and need help, there is someone who can talk right now at the Lifeline. It's a national number that is staffed 24/7, and the number is 1-800-273-8255.
A local hero is being remembered after he died too soon. Kenneth Andrews was killed Monday in a car crash on I-26. He had served the Lowcountry for decades. Our Eli Brand spoke with his daughter about why he was so special and what he meant to everyone. Eli?
That's right, Amy. His daughter told me he wasn't just her father. He was everyone's because he wanted to take care of everyone that he could at any cost. Tonight, she says he's a man who will always be with her.
Developing right now, I-26 westbound is closed at Ashley Phosphate Road after a crash.
He gave his whole life to the community.
A life lost too soon, but used to the fullest.
I couldn't think of a better person to look up to. I know he's not only my hero, but he's a hero to everybody.
Kenny Andrews.
There's a lot of people alive today because of him. I know that personally. I've witnessed it with my own eyes.
Firefighter, EMS worker, TSA worker, reserve deputy, member of the Navy, Andrews, many hats remembered by his daughter. She says he wore them all with one goal: helping.
It's what he was good at. He knew how to talk to people on a different level. He didn't even barely know that would call him up and say, hey, can you help me with this? He'd give him the shirt off his back. That's just always the person he was.
Andrews leaves behind children, a wife and grandchildren, along with a legacy of giving it all.
I just think someone who gave your whole life to the community for the pay that you make, and, you know, he could have done so much more, but he did what he loved.
Selfless. Goofy. Incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. And funny. He could make anybody laugh. And I know he'd rather have us laughing than being upset.
And while he may be missing physically, he will never be truly gone.
I think about him every day when I'm at work. I think about him every time I hear a siren go off. I think about him every time I hear a plane go over. And I know I'll carry him with me, and I know that my siblings and all my family and all of his grandkids, they carry him with them. Every time I hear all the songs he used to love. Anytime Electric Slide comes on, I'm gonna lose my mind because my dad loved to dance. And I'm sure anybody hears a siren or they think of something, it's gonna remind them of him.
And if you want to help out the family, you can do so by donating to the GoFundMe that you can find on our website, abcnews4.com.